Synchronicity. No, there's actually no such thing as chance or coincidence. Yeah, you might be wondering, Matthew, of course there is. I can get really, really lucky and pull up a nice Pokemon card, I don't know. Anyways, hello everybody, welcome back to another video from MattyDTube. And today, again, like my intro, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, but I will try to make it humorous. Now, if never really noticed, maybe not the last one, but the one before that, I have been focusing a little bit on philosophy, but don't worry, it's not necessarily going to be a continuing factor. These two then just only ones that are going to be focused on that main topic. Now, okay, as you can already see by the title, today's video is going to be about the difference between karma and coincidence. Now, when I thought about this video, I thought to myself, this might actually be quite interesting. Karma is like what goes around comes around, sort of a thing, so it'd be nice to research that. And coincidence, like and coincidentally 3 days ago I got a song, seen someone, and then seen somebody after I just mentioned him, for example. Yo, have you seen this person, I haven't seen him lately in school, and then out of nowhere he just pops out, or she pops out. And yeah, that's technically coincidence, I guess. It's my best explanation for it. But when I researched, I was like, yeah, this is actually going to be a pretty interesting topic where I can talk about the difference between the two, since they are relatively not the same. Now, yeah, I just thought that this would be a pretty interesting topic, and the next one I'll be posting will be a lot more interesting. Now, I planned for annoying things parents do for this week's video, well, this week's second video anyways, but I kind of lost the footage, so you will be getting that video next week, Tuesday or so. But you won't really be seeing my face. It's most likely going to be pictures. Now I can see myself in the camera, and this visibly shows. Don't worry about it. It's puberty. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, struggles with puberty. Anyways, again, welcome back to another video, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. I'll really appreciate it, and you'll be really helping a brother out. Now, as normal, since I've gone back to these types of videos, no, actually, I just remembered I didn't post annoying things parents do. I'll be asking myself 4 questions and then asking you one at the end. But next week, I can't ask myself, oh, are parents annoying? Oh, yes, they are. No. I'm actually going to be stating 9 things that parents do that I personally find annoying. Anyway, enough blabbering. Let's get into the actual video. Okay, so is there any such thing as chance or coincidence? Now, you can get really lucky, I don't know, let's say you're playing FIFA or something, you can get really, really lucky in getting a character. But no, there is really no such thing as synchronicity. No, there's actually no such thing as chance or coincidence. Yeah, you might be wondering, Matthew, of course there is. I can get really, really lucky and pull up a nice Pokemon card, I don't know. But no, there's not necessarily such thing as chance or coincidence. There is really only synchronicity. Now that it took me a long time to actually research and everything. But synchronicity is the law. Synchronicity is the law. Synchronicity is the law of we are all. Synchronicity is basically the law of unity, really. I mean, actions come with their own consequences. Let's say, God forbid, I rob a bank. They come with their own consequences. One, I can get caught, which is the most likely case. And actually, screw me, I'm not going to be robbing a bank. The person could be caught robbing the bank, and he or she will be sent to jail. Or, well, this is the least likely scenario, you can just get away with all the money and, I don't know, run to a different country or something. Now, actually, that is kind of a likely scenario. Anyways, that is basically the law of unity. There's not necessarily such a thing as chance or coincidence. It's mostly really karma. Over what goes around comes around. Now, what is karma? I hope you're asking yourself that, because that is the next question. I know this video is really snappy today. Anyways, karma is generally could be simplified as what goes around comes around, but there is definitely a lot more in depth into it. I won't be using such words as synchronicity because it's already fried my brain once. I'm good. I don't want to try and think of a way I could actually use that. Anyway, karma is more or less self-created destiny. Now, people ask the question, specifically in religious studies in my school anyways, well, the teacher asked this question to the students. And that question is, if God created us, I mean, the questions are along the lines of, if God created us, then with our own purpose, do we have free will? This kinda, in a sense, correlates with that question, but karma is basically self-created destiny. Our actions, what actions we choose to do, pretty much determine our life. Now, right now, I could choose to slap the camera out of the way and say, screw YouTube, I'm done. And then if I choose to do that, it's my own self-created destiny. I could go up and say, yeah, no, YouTube, put that aside, and I can do what I aspire to be a lawyer. Yeah. Anyways, I can choose to do that, or I can continue to make YouTube videos that hopefully you guys enjoy, because you're watching this, so I assume that you enjoy. Anyways, and I really appreciate that, to be honest with you. Anyways, all I can hear is what's going on outside. Okay, so I said okay like 10 times. Self-created destiny is our own free will. That technically kind of answers that, not really philosophical question, but our religious studies question, I guess. We have our own free will to do things that we necessarily feel like is the right thing to do, or we just improvise with our lives and say, oh yeah, I might as well just do this, or I might as well just do this, not really thinking of the consequences later on in the slightest. Let's say I decide that I'm not going to, I don't know, post this video, or post the next video that I've recorded, or post the next one. That will have dire consequences. Not post those videos and decide, oh yeah, I'm just gonna watch a movie or something. That will have dire consequences. That will end up in me losing probably subscribers, since I'm not posting anything, and my YouTube will probably just crash again, just like it did after I stopped posting for 3 years. That was a completely different story, but I'm 20% certain that, okay fine, I'm 100% certain that that won't happen again. Anyway, law of cause and effect. So basically, the law of cause and effect, it can basically be simplified in those words. The law of cause and effect. What you do have dire consequences. What you reap, you sow. Now, it's all really the same. If you want to grow an apple, you plant apple seeds, and you don't expect to get an orange from an apple tree. You expect to get apples. Let's say, let's have that concept and put it in a scenario. Again, robbing the bank. And let's say a person robs a bank. I literally said that before. Okay, thinking of another one. A person, stupid person for that matter, if they actually do this, just completely hates their parents. I'm sorry, but that's just a stupid thing. If you do you're probably just having a bad day because they raised you and they brought you into this world. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you hate your parents to an extent that you just don't like them for the rest of your life, it's rather something happened, and I'm not going to get into any personal things. Or number two, the second option, you just had a bad day and they told you to go to your room. It's really not that deep. You're just in your room. No open door policy at this point. It's fine. Chillax. Anyways, cause and effect. What you do always have actions. Now, they can be minor ones for insignificant actions that you've done, and major ones. Major ones being going to jail, your life, like loss of life, not you specifically, but a person's loss of life that is a major consequence of an action. Minor consequences could be, ow, I tripped over a stick, I hurt my knee. Those are minor things. Yes, sure, it might hurt for a little bit, but it's not really that bad. I can't believe that I spent like 3 minutes on the first question, maybe 1 minute on the first question, and then like 8 minutes or so on the second question. Okay, let's round this up. Third question. The difference between coincidence and karma. Now, I kind of summed up coincidence in the first one, but not as well. Now, karma is the sum total. Karma is the sum total of people's actions. As I literally just stated a couple seconds ago, what you sow, you reap. If you throw a picture, it will break. You don't expect it to multiply or something. And coincidence is the object or property of being coincident, occurring in the same time or place. That is the meaning of coincidence and coincidence and karma. Now, there are kind of okay. A coincidence could be a coincidence. An example could be somebody was saying, this person was in school yesterday. What do you think happened? I'm worried. And then 3 minutes later, you see that person in front of you. It's not necessarily karma. It's more or less coincidence. Like, oh yeah, we were just talking about you. You're here. Now, karma is more or less kind of the same, but with different consequences for your certain actions. I can't say this enough. What you sow, you reap. Not necessarily in a bad way. If you want to get apples, you plant apple seeds, not orange seeds. It just doesn't make sense. And that applies in everything else, really. Whatever you want, like whatever outcome you want, don't do the opposite of what you need to do to gain the outcome and expect to still have the same outcome. Your input has to be equal to your pretty much your input should be equivalent to your output. What you expect to get via doing something is what you will get. What you expect to get via doing something that you're not is not what you're going to get. And someone younger is watching this. Basically, if you plant apple seeds, you're gonna get apples. Don't expect to get oranges. And if you plant orange seeds, you're not gonna get a whole flipping pineapple tree. Basically, that's the difference between karma and coincidence. Now, the last question might be a little bit more interesting than the other three that I literally just asked myself. And the question for you, I don't even think I have an answer for. Well, not right now anyways. But I might answer it myself in the comments, and maybe we can start a conversation from that, hopefully. Anyways, the fourth question and the final question for me is, how major are the actions or the actions that a person commits? Right. This is really uncomfortable for my throat, so I'm just going to Anyways, they are exceedingly, like, your actions, they have major consequences. Anything that you can do, anything that you do, you could, I don't know, just save 1,000 people. I mean, if you're actually able to do that, congratulations, can't lie. You can do that, and your actions will have consequences. Now, when people think of consequences, they think of like, the person's gonna be sent to prison, or like bad things. But consequences don't necessarily always mean that you, the person, gets punished in a sort of way. They can be praised as well. That is also a type of consequence. Like anything that you really do in life has a consequence. Even if they're minor, it could be insignificant and you could easily be able to shrug off the consequence. Like, let's say, I don't know, you broke a plate, it's either you get slapped, depending on the culture that your parent was brought up, and the culture, the type of parent that's raising you, or you can, be sent to your room. Oh, Jimmy, you're naughty boy. Go to your room and think about what you did. That can be a really minor consequence for an action, and you can pretty much just shrug that off. It's quite insignificant. But major things, like let's say you just stopped racism, that's a pure congratulations. Like, I really can't lie. Now, if you're able to do that, then there will be major consequences for your actions. We were at peace, well, pretty much. Anyways, these actions pretty much shape our future. Anything that we do, we choose to do in the moment that we're living in right now, it shapes our future, really. Like, you chose to click on this video, and if it helps you in any way, or if you chose to click on any of my other videos, it's most likely the effects of loneliness will be linked up here. I really actually do advise that one. I have to say that was one of my bests. If you choose to click on that, and if it helps you, it will affect your future. If it doesn't, then it's a pretty insignificant action that you've just made. Hopefully not. Anyways, yeah, anything that you do can be significant or insignificant in any way. It could be, it could be bad consequences or great consequences. You can be eating those apples those apples that you planted instead of wishing that you had oranges. I know that does not correlate with anything, but I just feel like having some apples. Anyways, the last question I will be asking, not necessarily for me, but this is for you. And that question is, how do we know the right action to do? Now, since we pretty much improvise our actions and we don't necessarily think for 30 minutes of, oh, should I do this or should I do that? Like Chidi and Agonye from The Good Place. I'm not promoting the great show on it. I'm not promoting this great show, but I'm just saying it's a pretty decent show. Anyways, it's a pretty decent series, to be honest. Yeah, so how do we know our actions are the right thing to do? Hopefully, I will really appreciate it if I see some answers in the comments. I'll actually really appreciate that. Anyways, to sum up this video, what did we learn? What did we learn? Okay, that was just I'm joking. Anyways, what we learned basically today is there is no such thing as coincidence. The second thing we learned is what karma is. Third thing is the difference between them. The fourth thing is how significant our actions are, i.e. robbing a bank. They can affect our lives for the better or for worse. Also, hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate it if you've made it to the end of this video. I can really tell that you enjoy my videos, and I really do appreciate that. So I hope to see you in the next video, which you will most likely have a complete and utter blast. Now, that video I've been working on, but as I said earlier in this video, I kind of lost the footage. So yeah, it's gonna take a while for me to edit that, and I have a pretty busy schedule with school and everything, so it's a little bit tight, but hopefully I'll still be able to manage to put it off on Monday, Tuesday, or if it's not on those 2 days, then Wednesday. Or if you're really lucky and I haven't slept at all, maybe on Sunday evening or Monday morning. Anyways, hope you had a nice day. Peace.